a doll?
I can do it. Wonder Wheel. I don't want to go through life being a Wonder Wheel murderer.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the underground stream here. We got the toy, the Collectable Past, and Talking Toys, Mella Art World. We're also streaming over there tonight for the first time. I just wanted to see if the thing it'll work properly, because I wanted to start doing some other, I think, live streams on my other channel. But we're on Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective primarily tonight, and saying hello to everybody. Tommy, how you doing, buddy?
I'm hanging in there. I got a bit of a headache. It's been one of those days. Yes, I had 2 good days of CenturyLink, and then we're right back to normal already. A little bit of a storm blew through, a little bit of thunder, a little bit of lightning, and apparently their unsecured wires, their uninsulated wires took a beating every time there was a lightning strike, and apparently your internet started going out left and right, and now it's right back to how it was before they came out on Tuesday. So join the world on that, a lovely day. Of course, we're also joined by one of our other co-hosts with Slasher McSplitter. What up, Slasher?
What's good, folks?
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know. When I find something good, I'll let you know. No.
Same here, buddy. Same here.
There's a couple of good figures. That counts as a win, right?
Yeah, that's always a win. And what's going on, Chaos Hoy? What's up, man? What is going on? I hope that you were doing well. Thanks for joining us.
What's up, Chaos?
Vinnie was saying hi there selectively. That may have been my doing. Slasher in the chat and up on the panel. Toy Mafia also in the house. What's up, Toy Mafia? Bad Take Bojan in the house. What's up, Tina? I hope that you were doing well. Guys, remember to go ahead and share the links out there to let everybody know we're here. Oh, Soul Assassin also in the house. What's up, Soul Assassin? Be sure to send the links out there, share it out, hit the like button if you would be so kind, if you were enjoying everything about the stream, and kick back and have a little bit of fun as we're going to delve into some toys. Now, I put the title up there, Nostalgic, because all the ones that I found, they bring a lot of nostalgic vibes that I'm going to be showing off today. And actually, just about every damn single one of them are actually movie related to the boot. It was a happy accident on my part. I didn't mean for it to turn out that way. That just happened to be the way everything fell as I started doing all the toy reviews. But I want to kick things off good and proper, and let's open it up with a toy hunt. Are you ready?
Yep.
Are you ready?
Yes, sir. We're ready.
All right, let's do this.
Thing you are most certainly always going to find in the Ollies, you are always going to find a bunch of Star Wars figures. Recently priced at $3.99 a piece, but yeah, these things almost never move. They're always sitting here. Even got some of these Mandalorian freaking figures. Nobody wants this shit. Nobody. Now what else Ollie's got? They got a bunch of Clamp Champs still. They got Battle Armor He-Man. And they also have Battle Armor Skeletor. They got a few of these Beast Wars over here with Pterosaur and Tigatron. And then they have some of these Fantastic Four pieces. Looks like mostly just the Invisible Woman, High Evolutionary. And it looks like all the other ones they might have are sold out. Then they have some of these Avengers things, which I never see these things sell. And then they got Overwatch now. That's something different. Came around another aisle here in Ollie's, and it got even more Nature Boy, but it also got Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Pretty cool. So got some Fortnite stuff. Seen these a few different times. $12.99 for T and Tina Glider.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I have a couple of those OG Fantastic Four figures.
How are they?
Toy Biz, when Toy Biz was made, it was the same exact packaging too.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting that Marvel Legends did that with those.
Well, they were doing that with a few of them, and they're doing that
Yeah.
with the 97 line.
Yeah, they
They're
had
giving
those.
retro
They had
style
those
back.
the gray backs, the original Marvel Toy Biz figures. They
Mhm.
start putting them out with the gray cards. I remember that. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. How much was the Invisible Woman? Out of curiosity.
I want to say that they were. I think I want to say they were $9.99 as well. I really didn't look at it for very long.
Yeah.
I just wasn't interested. I do know at one time they did have a few of the other Fantastic Four figures. I did see a few of the other ones. I never seen the Thing. I seen Johnny Storm, and I seen Reed Richards once.
Look,
and
my friend gave me the Invisible Woman figure.
That's
nice.
Cool. Yeah, I know the Thing in that line that you just showed there. He's a re-release of the Walgreens exclusive, I believe, with just some like minor tweaks.
Okay.
That is a really good Thing figure, by the way, because I did get him when he originally came out.
But a lot of the other ones, here, I'm going to get to this real quick. Soul Assassin, would y'all believe I actually found someone more evil than Tommy? There's a dude who edits Where's Waldo books that nobody can find him. The monster. I like this guy. Stig, what's going on, Stig, man? Good to see you. Killy Chow also in the chat.
What's up,
What's going on? Yeah. Soul Assassin dropping links for everybody. Thank you, Soul Assassin, man. Really do appreciate that, man. Really do. I'm getting close to getting those shirts done too. I think I may have a company finally nailed down. I just got to get the shirts in, and I'm going to test those son of bitches and see if they hold up, because I hate the fact that some of those shirts from some of these companies, you wash them once and they almost literally fall apart. I've had it happen with a few of these companies, and it drives me absolutely bonkers. But the other thing I was going to ask you, how much did you pay for that TN Tina?
I think it was 16.
And this was $12.99 in Ollie's.
Yeah, right. But then with shipping, it would have probably came out to a little bit more.
Well, yeah. If I had to ship it, probably roughly the same price. Yeah, but I mean,
not such a big deal, I don't think. But still very cool. I mean, because I think those figures she was originally like, I want to say $35 or $40 or something, because she came with the glider. That's why I never bothered either. You know, I had like no interest.
Well, that's like the He-Man figures. I mean, they were originally sitting at like $16 or $17.99, and they jumped all the way up to almost $19 at one point.
Yeah, that's way too much.
And they were selling them in there for $15.99. So, and that's the deluxe model, which were the $25 figures.
Okay.
So they were selling deluxe ones in there for $15.99, and then those smaller, regular size figures, I think they were $7.99 to $9.99 at the most. So really good discounts. I love Ollie's, man. I mean, even those WWE figures, those things were selling for about $8 to $9 normally.
Who makes those again?
Mattel.
Mattel? Oh,
yeah.
I'm an idiot. I forgot to ask you to record the comic book section.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I totally forgot as well. And you were messaging me because that day I was juggling a couple of things, and when you hit me up.
Yeah, that's all right. I can go back there again. I go there quite often anyway. So okay. I mean, they just got so much good stuff in Ollie's, man. I always say, man, if you got an Ollie's near you, go there. Go there. Yeah, Ollie's is cleaning up. You're damn right they are, man. $16.99. I'm priceless. I saw a picture of those Hasbro high dollar lightsabers being sold at Ross's for $30, and they go for over $200. I know that's because they're not really worth that much. These are these huge markups that these stores have. Like the cost of those things is negligible compared to what we see as consumers.
How much do those wrestling figures go for?
Those ones that I was showing off, the Hogan and the Flair, they're going for $3.99.
$3.99?
Yeah,
that's it.
That's pretty amazing.
Oh my god, those are actually
sound excited. I guess
because they look like decent figures. They look like the old school AWA figures.
Well, you know what? These are based off that same like He-Man design, and they have the same articulation that the new Origin figures have. They're absolutely incredible. I've got a few sitting in the back. They're very nice.
Jeez,
I'll have to pick a few up for you. because they had tons of them. Hogan and Flair everywhere. They had more Flair than anything. They had
I
about
know. I
like
remember
5 boxes.
I remember last week. It was either last week or the week before when you were at the store. They had the Mr. T and they had the
Yeah.
Papa Shango figures. Like
Yeah.
those are. I was like, oh damn, those are fucking awesome.
Yeah, I wish Ollie's had those too, but yeah, they're still actually out in the wild right now at Walmart. I seen those. So maybe eventually, if they don't sell, they'll wind up there. But you know, a lot of times there's certain characters like that, like the Undertaker, $1 Million Man. All those sold out. They sell out pretty well. So they're not going to wind up in an Ollie's.
How much were those going for? Do you remember in store?
I want to say they were going for right around $9.99. I think they
That's
were going
not
for a
bad.
little bit. Yeah, they were going for a little bit less than a regular Motu figure, which was
Right.
pretty nice.
It was pretty nice.
But yeah, that's my opening salvo. Vinny, did you want to hit something before I get into my first topic?
Yeah. I'll because I had a couple of shorts. So I'll show that.
I hope they're clean.
Yeah, always, dude.
Always keep clean shorts in your drawers.
That's right. Yeah, I actually I saw over in the GameStop they had a couple of these in there. More than 97. Again, I don't want to see the cartoon, but a couple of the figures do look really good. She looked fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's a really nice sculpt, beautiful paint job, everything on that. Cyclops, he looked pretty good too. I know. You know, did not like Nightcrawler. I think the face came out like shit. The body's pretty good. I think the body's a reuse. But yeah, the Cyclops as well. Like his kind of neutral face, I didn't like it. The yelling face looked good with the blast effect. I was tempted, but I ended up getting Goblin Queen, so I'm going to review her at some point as well. She's really nice looking. But yeah, this one, like, I don't know, that kind of weird smirking in person. The face looked even more baby-like. It was very simple looking. I didn't like it for shit. The angry head looked good, and he had his blast effect on the side there, which I'm sure that would look nice, but I didn't feel like getting them, and I wasn't going to spend the money on them. If he goes on discount somewhere, probably.
I tell you what, the Gambit, Magneto, and Bishop figures that I've seen, those one looked pretty good.
Yeah, that Magneto, I think there's one other store that still has them from time to time. I'm very tempted with the Magneto, but I don't want to give them, you know, full price of anything, you know, because I don't fucking, yeah. Well, you know how it goes. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is with these things. I did see some NECA stuff as well. This looked amazing, but I'm not getting this line. But for those people who are, I mean, he's out right now. I do like the mashup idea. Like those things are pretty damn cool. And yeah, Nosferatu is also out. So for those who are looking for him, I skipped on him too. It's just not something that appeals to me.
Now, did he only come in the black and white version like he should?
I think this is the only version. I don't think they have an extra black and white one.
Well, I'm hoping they didn't do a color one.
Well, this one, I mean, his eyes are colored and that kind of his getup. But
I mean, as long as he's basically washed out like a black and white or, you know, grayed out version, I think that's the way to go with a figure.
I think that's the only version, yeah, that they're releasing of them. But like overall, it's still pretty cool. So pretty nice. And Pandora, which you're going to be seeing tonight. I did get my hands on this one because they did the re-release, and I know like they have like a weapons pack that has an alternate head and some other stuff, but I noticed that finally did sell out. But he did Bobby Vala, he did re-release her, popular demand, and again she was selling like crazy. So how could you not, you know, make this figure again? I believe he's got a new line. It's going to be on the blister cards instead of the box, and she's on the back of the package like that as well. So yeah, he's changing things up a bit, but he did do something really cool, which you're going to talk about once I do review. Well, when I show the review of the figure, I haven't seen any company do this, but this guy did. So I'll give him full credit, and I am looking forward to seeing what else this guy's going to be releasing, what he's doing with this project, because Action Force looks like they're really stepping it up. So, yeah, those are my openers.
Cool.
Back over to you, Tommy.
Hey, what's going on, Time Prophet, man? Good to see you, man. I hope you're doing well.
What's up, man?
So this is getting into the nostalgic stuff. I mean, it kind of opened up with a little bit of hint at some of the movie stuff that was there. Didn't get in too heavy on it, but pretty interesting stuff overall. I did get these two from NECA. Again, we're leaning into NECA, and this is definitely nostalgia vibes. I enjoyed these. A few faults in these, you know, but holy shit, I still think that they were pretty amazing. So I'm going to play that first clip, and we'll start getting into it. So the first figure, I did have to break up into 2 clips because there was a lot to unpack with them. But here we go.
Welcome back as we're hanging out with Indy, the archaeological pig. What's up, Indy? Oh, don't hide now. Don't shy away from the camera. But with Indy here, we're going to dig into something that is retro related. This one coming by way of NECA. Flash Gordon. Final Battle Ultimate action figure. Oh man, I love Flash Gordon. Flash Gordon came out in 1980. And I love that movie. I got one of the copies up on my shelf with all the other old school movies that I picked up in physical form because physical media is the best. And to see them do this figure, I was astounded. And this one right there in the packaging looks pretty cool. But let's get her out of the box and take a look at it.
Pathetic earthlings! Who can save you now?
And right out of the box, here we go with Flash Gordon. Let's go ahead and get him in some action poses. Here we go with Flash set up, ready to brawl with some of Ming's enforcers. You can see he's got a single elbow cut right there, but he does have a turn there at the elbow as well. You can see he's got wrist, pivot, and turn. He's got some decent head movement. It's on a decent rock right there, or a decent ball, I should say. He also does have a little bit of diaphragm cut, so he gets a little bit of back and forth and side-to-side movement there as well. Single jointed knees. He's got a nice pivot and rock down at the feet, and then he's got a ball in the leg that does have some decent movement. We go with Flash with 2 of his extra hands and 1 of his extra heads. This head isn't much different than the other one. It's just more of a closed mouth. Like the first one is slightly more open. Like, I don't know why they didn't change the facial expressions dynamically. And the third head, I'm not even going to bother with because it's almost exactly the same as this one. There's almost no difference whatsoever. If you're going to put extra heads in there, at least have some different facial expressions. NECA, like, what the fuck? But the scimitar and everything in his hand, the handle, the hilt should have been a little bit longer. He's supposed to be able to get 2 hands on it. They even show it on the artwork for it. That's a little bit of miss. One other thing I will say, you know, the single jointed knees and everything like that, it's okay for this figure. You can still get some pretty good movement, especially with the pivot turns that are up in the elbows. The one thing I will say while this guy, the actor, wasn't huge, he had a little bit more muscle definition than this. It really does seem like the muscle definition is lacking a bit on this one.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Nice figure, man.
It is a nice figure. It's something about those arms. I don't know. They don't look right. Like the muscle definition is all wrong on them.
Yeah.
Did they do Ming?
Yeah.
We'll get into that. We still got to get through Flash. What's going on? DJ Ronnie G, Time Prophet says he loves that movie and he loved the album because Queen headed that whole album up. Great hair on that figure. Yeah, I wish they would have did something different with the faces. I don't.
Yeah, if any, like do the gritting teeth, you know, something more like what it's neutral and slightly less neutral face. It's like what? What's the point?
No, he doesn't have a football and he doesn't have that big metal canister he was tossing around at the guards. I wish they would include that instead of the hand grenade. Then, but you know, we're going to get in that in the second half of that. But yeah, you know, the one thing I could have forgiven the single jointed knees and everything like that if they would have put calf ankle turn in there.
Yeah,
because like when you go to get him down in other positions and get him in certain movements, it's kind of hard since that leg doesn't turn much and the ball at the hip only flexes out so far. So it almost kind of limits how much more you could do, even with that single knee. But I mean, they've had other single knee figures where they put the freaking that calf turn or somewhere right above the ankle joints. They put an extra turn in there so you can kind of spin the foot around a little bit more. I don't know why they didn't include it on this one.
Yeah, that's weird that they didn't. Yeah, I don't know. Some of their choices, it's ridiculous.
But I'll tell you what, the packaging on that one looks absolutely beautiful because they got like a gold foil across the front of the packaging and everything. It really does look beautiful.
Yeah, I saw them at a comic shop. That's why I didn't get them because obviously it's way more expensive over there. But it's interesting for sure. And Sam Jones, he is a very nice guy. Like I said, I played pool with him and at an after party. He is a lot like the Ted character, just not amped up like that when he was in that movie.
A Time Prophet, I would not have forgiven him because then that figure would have been over $60 probably. No, you can't do a 2-pack with NECA without getting hit.
Oh no, yeah,
their
2-packs are closer like to 85 or 90. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's way too much. Getting them single is just the way to go. And if these do well enough, I'm sure they're going to make a few more of them. But let's get into the second part of Flash, and then I'll get into what Slasher wanted to know about after that.
He goes with a grenade, getting ready to heave-ho it in, showing off some of the movement in the diaphragm and everything else in the arms. Like I said, decent articulation on this one, even with a lot of these single jointed points. Even with those single jointed knees and maybe not quite as much articulation in the bottom of the feet as I like to see. I usually like when they put like the shin turns or the ankle turns. This way you can kind of move your feet sideways, get them out of the way to get them in this type of pose. You can still get him into a halfway decent kneeling position. Once again, because there is a little bit of lack in movement in the upper arms, you can't really bring those arms all the way over. It's not like it has butterfly joints or anything so you can grab underneath the rifle. But you can get him into a pose using that rifle and shooting at the enemies. And there we go with Flash Gordon. 1980s movie that was a lot of fun in my opinion. I know some people have some bad takes about that movie. I thought it was absolutely a blast, and it is really cool to see that they made a figure of Flash Gordon from that 1980s movie. This one looks pretty good. There are a few things aesthetically they got wrong, but overall it is a decent looking figure. I wish it is really funny because usually they get the finer details every single time. NECA usually nails it. The muscle tone in these arms is just lacking a little bit. It just looks off for some reason. And the fact that they put 3 different heads in there with only 2 facial expressions and the third one just being ever so slightly different because his mouth is a little open, ridiculous. They should have had like a big open yelling face, something, anything a little bit different. But this one overall is pretty decent. I enjoy this one. There is also a bit of a lack of articulation in this one, but for what you have here, you can still get him in some pretty damn good action poses. Overall, can't get a perfect score. Because of some of the misses in this one, the best that I can give this one is an 8 out of 10. And it really is sad because I think it's a nice looking figure, but look, I gotta have integrity when I do these things, and I gotta be completely honest. And this one is missing in a bit too many departments to even come close to a 9. That is all we have on this one. Once again, love seeing stuff from that old movie, Flash Gordon. I love the old stuff getting a little bit of attention. I wish it would happen more often because there are a lot of awesome movies that if NECA was to be able to make figures, I'm not saying The Warriors, I'm not saying Lost Boys, but maybe I am. It would be nice. But I love seeing this one. This one is pretty damn awesome. I'd like to see what other characters maybe they're going to come up with for this. Maybe this would be a nice big line for that movie. That'd be absolutely incredible. Anyway, guys, be sure to let Indy, the archaeological pig, know what you thought of this one.
Yeah, I think the arms, it comes down to that type of articulation, you know. I think going with different joints, You could break up the sculpt a little bit to make it look a little more natural. And the problem is they're trying to retain that solid look from like the shoulder to the elbow. And then they break it up with that single joint. That's where the problem is. And the wrists, are they ball jointed or are they a hinge?
It's ball and hinge. It's got the pivot and, it's got turn and pivot. So,
okay. Because there's some figures I've seen them do that it's just like there's a ball joint that's like on the pin that's connected to the wrist. And then they put the hand. I think that's the better way to go. The hinge, I've seen problems with some of their shit with the hinge kind of joints, but overall, like that's about the same review I think I'd give to on him.
No, it really is a shame. I think there was a lot of room for improvement to really make this one stellar, but they just missed that again. And what's going on, ETEP, man? He says,
What up, ETEP?
got that Myers Loomis 2-pack on sale for $50, remember? But it was normally $100. Hail, gentlemen. I joined, but I'm afraid I'm retired to my quarters or even. No problem, ETEP. Time Prophet says he's got that one on DVD, and he doesn't buy many DVDs. Damn good button movie. Thank you, Soul Assassin. Smash the like button. See, I'm starting to read ahead before I finish talking. Cal Soy gets 8 pigs out of 10. Yeah, it should have been more. Soul Assassin also says, I heard NECA might be doing the Wolf Predator finally. They probably are. They haven't done anything with the Predator line in a little while. So I think it's probably more than overdue that they should.
Yeah, to do an updated version because they did do the Wolf Predator a long time ago, but it was closer to McFarlane style where it was like a solid like sculpt that had some cuts in it instead of how they've been doing them more recently where it's just multi-jointed by the diaphragm and all that stuff. So if they do another version of him, an updated one, I think they have me on the hook for it because it's a great.
No, I'll definitely be looking for him because I picked up every single one that they've re-released at this point, with the exception of the what was that, the Street Predator, the big tall one. Like I had no interest in that whatsoever.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, Soul Assassin. I've heard that one before. The hinge could break it, pulled out wrong. I've personally never had a problem with those hinges. The only thing I've ever had break on the NECA as far as joints was the overused Santa stripe with a gizmo, where the arm just pulled right out of socket because they have one old mold that every Christmas they make a few more and re-release it just for Christmas time, and they never updated the mold. So it's just all jacked up, and I had to return the one. I did pick a second one up, but I haven't opened it yet. More than likely, I have a feeling that one will probably fall apart too. So I'm probably just going to wind up leaving it in the box. I don't know. I haven't made up my mind. Thank you, Soul Assassin, for dropping the links out there. And while we're on a roll with this one, I'm going to answer Slash's question. Then I'm going to bounce it back over to you, Vinny. So this is the second figure that I got right here. And this one I felt was a little bit better than Flash. But here we go.
Clytus, I'm bored. What plaything can you offer me today?
Come back because we're hanging out with Indy, the archaeological pig. How's that lettuce, Indy? Is it treating you good? And with Indy here, we are looking at something that is retro related. This one coming by way of NECA. Based on that old 1980 movie Flash Gordon, we got Ming, the Merciless Military Suit Ultimate Action Figure. This one looks pretty cool right there. Let's take a look at him in the box. That looks absolutely fantastic. This is really cool. They do have one more figure, and I forget the other guy's name, and I'm really blanking. I know he's got wings, but they do have him out. I did not see him available in the store, but I will keep my eye out because if I find that, that's going to be added to this collection. So let's go ahead, get this one out of the box, and take a look at it. Right out of the box, here we go with Ming the Merciless. Not bad looking, not bad. We'll see how he fares.
In the name of Ming.
Here we go with Ming in a little bit of a pose right here. Pretty much just praising himself. This one is pretty much the same as the Flash Gordon. Single jointed knees, single jointed elbows with a twist and turn up at the elbows. And of course, wrist pivot and turn and a really good rock on this head. Like this head is even better than the Flash Gordon one, I think. there is just tons of movement in this head. Really nice. We go with Ming with 2 extra hands. He's got a sword in his scabbard, and of course, he's got one of his other heads. Go with Ming and his last head on there, his last 2 set of hands, and of course, his sword out. And the sword hilt is long enough that you can get both hands onto the end of it. One last pose as we round this one out. Ming does seem to have a little bit more turn in his ankles than Flash did, so it actually helps him get down into a kneeling position a little bit better, and I really was worried it wouldn't because of the way his top ceremonial cloak piece is. With all that rubber coming down, it moves right out of the way and allows his leg to move up far enough that he can get down into a kneeling position. Overall, though, I gotta say that I am pretty impressed with this one. More impressed with this one than I was with the Flash Gordon one. This one is going to get a 9 out of 10. Anyway, guys, that is all we have on this one. But guys, be sure to let Indy, the archaeological pig, know what you thought about this one.
Yeah, it looked damn good. I forgot that was Max von Sydow.
Yeah, man. I had to get a few of the things with him and put it in there because like there's just no way I could do without it.
Yeah, that looked really good.
I love the look of that suit too. It looks like a freaking leather military suit. That the way they did all the line work and then the wrinkles and folds in it and everything, like it was absolutely beautiful looking. Absolutely a beautiful figure. What's going on, Sim? Sim's in the house and
hey,
Brutal. What a Brutal.
Hey, Brutal.
Yeah, nine pigs out of 10 on that one. That one impressed me a little bit more than the Flash Gordon one. And I really thought for sure with that big rubber ceremonial jacket top that it was going to get in the way of the diaphragm or get in the way of other things like when he went to get into a kneeling position. Did not at all. They did it just right where that stuff moves right out of the way when you pull the joints up, man. Absolutely perfect.
That's really cool. I'm curious if those heads could swap out for the other NECA release ones. I did see there was a 2-pack that they had done. I saw it in Walmart a few months. Well, I think around Christmas time or a little bit before, which was this 2-pack up here. I think I reviewed it, or sorry, I did a short of it. But like those are really nice. So that's why I said I'm curious if those heads could pop off and fit onto these bodies.
Oh, there's the Hawk guy.
Yeah, there he is.
What's his name?
Voltan.
Okay. Oh shit! Yeah, Brutal said it too. Son of a bitch. Voltan.
Yeah.
Yeah, the king of the Hawkmen. He looked a little too fat to fly. Yeah, but that's Hollywood, baby.
But yeah, that's good stuff, man. Yeah, they've been hitting home runs with these things. There's another better shot of that too.
Oh man, he looks awesome. He's got that grin. He's got that grin on. It's awesome.
Yeah. I saw him a couple of weeks ago at Target. They had one in the stores, but I didn't know that Tommy was snatching them up.
I hope he comes with the mace too, because he uses the mace to hit the guards over the head during the freaking ballroom brawl. Oh, there it is. Yeah, there it is, right there.
That's what he comes with.
Nice.
See, that's pretty amazing. Excellent. I think this guy's still alive. Yeah, pretty cool though.
Yeah, man, these things are absolutely incredible looking. I thought I really
they're like fuck you, Timothy Dalton. We're not going to give you a figure.
Wait, like you said, if it does well, they probably will.
No, I hope so. I like even with the faults in the Flash Gordon one, I wouldn't take it back. I think it was still done well enough that it's still a keeper. I just wish they would have got it right. Now you're showing off that one right there. They went too muscular on that one, yet they didn't go muscular enough on this one. Like he should have been right in the middle of those two.
Yeah, that really muscular one. That's because they used the same body as the Defenders of the Earth one. And they just kind of did like different paint jobs, but yeah, that's the same sculptor who did all the gargoyle figures, like the main lineup, the guy that I knew. But again, for what they were doing, it was more like comic book kind of versions of them.
Yeah, I know. I got the Phantom, and I've got the Flash Gordon and the Ming from that one, but they're all the comic book version ones, which I need to wind up doing a review on those ones as well because those look absolutely spectacular. But of course, like all those comic book ones, they're jacked up, muscular, and everything. So,
oh yeah. I really I was at the checkout with that Phantom one when it first came out, and then I saw the price, and I'm like, nope, and I finally put it back on the shelf. I'm like, I am not paying the prices that they were asking for. I thought it was insane. It was like more than an ultimate figure, and it wasn't an ultimate figure.
I know. I just don't get some of the pricing that they do on some of these figures. Like, sometimes it makes sense if it's got enough extras. Other times it doesn't at all.
I think it's the licensor. I think it comes down to that.
Well, you know what's kind of weird is I look at the TMNT, the Eastman Laird line. Most of those figures are coming in right around the $34 range, but you get a few of them that were 38. Like Splinter. Splinter did come with a whole lot. I mean, granted, he was a smaller figure, but all the accessories that he came with, including a Mouser droid and all that other stuff, he came with an awful lot of shit. So I could see that one being bumped up to 38. I can also see the Foot Ninja being bumped up to 38 because of all the extras he came with. He came with like 3 stacks of plastic trays of extras in his box. So I could kind of see that one as well. But some of the other ones I've seen him bump up to 38 or more, I do not see the value in those at all.
Yeah. I said the same thing too with Lexington from Gargoyles. He's such a small figure. The packaging's way smaller too, and he was the same price as the rest of them. It's like that's bullshit. You know, when they're small like that, they should give you a break.
Like what Hasbro did with freaking Bumblebee and Cliff Jumper and a few of the other mini box who were so much smaller than Jazz and all the other ones. Like those should have been slightly less, but they have their price range for their size range for their toys. So you go core class and then you go right up to deluxe. So anything that's above core class is going right into deluxe regardless. Yep. But if a deluxe is just slightly bigger than the other deluxes, they will automatically bump that up to the Voyager price line like they did with Ironhide and a few of the other ones. Like just horseshit.
Yeah, that's nonsense. That is really aggravating. It really is. Yeah, I remember that too because I passed on Ironhide, Ironside, whatever the fuck his name is. I passed on him a couple of times because I'm like, no, it's way too much money.
I keep waiting to see him discount because there's a couple of my targets that still have a few of those in stock, which is surprising. I think once again, I think it's the stock that was sitting in the back because they are not getting new Hasbro product in. I've been going to the stores pretty regularly, and all those things, Marvel, G.I. Joe, Transformers, like anything that they have a licensing on right now, I am seeing those things just empty out every week. They just keep getting more empty and more empty, and they're not restocking, it seems. So.
Yeah, you're right. I don't see them restocking much of anything. And forget it, Marvel Legends, like you can't find them in Targets anymore. It's empty pegs, even if you were looking for them. The X-Men stuff. The only place I'm seeing them is GameStops and comic shops, basically. Walmart. From time to time, I might stumble upon Storm. She's there from time to time, but the rest of them, good luck. I think the first one who sold out was Wolverine, and then Rogue. Let me share screen real quick. I forgot to show this one of the other shorts before I show the full review.
Real quick, I'd seen Time Prophet brought this up. Brian Blessed, who played Prince Voltan, he said he's climbed Mount Everest multiple times.
Oh wow. Holy crap, good for him. I think he's like 80 something, close to 90, I think. Yeah, man. That's awesome. Yeah, I went by the other toy aisle, and I was really impressed by the sculpt work and stuff on this thing. And obviously they're doing real skin on the face. That I guess is EO Sky. I'm not familiar with current product because I don't really watch the current stuff on WWE. But this thing really did impress me. Just the work that they put into this. I got to give Mattel that. That's why I filmed it because this looked really freaking good. I think I've seen her wrestle maybe twice. Likenesses, it's amazing. Paint application, everything on this thing was You know, it was the tits, so as the kids say. But no, I did not buy them. I don't really buy these things. The only one I have is Hogan, for the ultimate or it's the ultimate editions.
I wouldn't get anybody new.
Yeah,
I wouldn't get a single new person.
no. Like I said to Adam as well. The new Bret Hart looks amazing. I haven't seen them in stores yet, and if they ever do a Piper, like I'll get those. But you're right. I'm not getting any.
I don't know, man. I was really tempted, but I couldn't do it. I really had thought about Brother Love at one point.
Yeah.
Did it look good?
His face was all pink and everything.
Oh,
was hilarious.
I'd get that. I mean, not for a fucking $30, but
no. Well, that's it.
I always love the manager figures too, man. That's what even the LJN ones. I was a kid, but I still got the manager figures.
Yeah, some of them are good. I think Jimmy Hart's out as well. I think they did him as well.
They did a. I'm pretty sure they did a Blassie too.
Probably a Heenan. They had to have done it. They had to have done a Heenan too, then, right?
Yeah. By the way, this is from a couple weeks ago. So these the Flash Gordons. I saw them at the comic shop. So,
it just drives me nuts. Like you can see right there in the packaging, the two faces in the back are exactly the same. Like what the?
Yeah, what were they thinking? What the fuck? What was that about? Yeah, his looking. Yeah, I think that was the better figure for sure.
I think so as well.
Yeah.
I would love to see that one. I'd love to be able to.
I think he's the best looking one.
Yeah, he looks incredible.
I mean, they're all awesome, but that one.
Yeah, that was really cool. Awesome. Yeah, that was all in this comic shop. But yeah, nice stuff. And I'll break down the review because we were talking about prices and stuff, and I did want to get into this one because I was surprised. I saw someone commented on my Gemini review from the Action Force line and directed me towards like a link that they had at the president of the company of Valaverse, him talking about the line and the stuff that they're doing. But here's the Pandora figure. Beautiful stuff. I gotta say, for a newer company like this, the amount of accessories, how clean these figures are, like the sculpt work and the paint application. These guys stepping it up in a big way. Granted, they're not in stores, so obviously they're a little bit more. This one was about like $29.99. Which is good because I'll say one thing that he mentioned during this. I think they were at the Joe convention, and he had like his little section, his seminar in there. And originally these figures were, I think, $32 or $33.99. He went down in price. I never seen a company do that before in my life, and he said he did it for the fans, and I got to give him mad props on that. Because these companies, they won't do it for shit. They always bend over the customer. So that's why, that's another reason why I pulled the trigger on this too. Because he's someone who seems to really care about what he's doing, and he cares about the fans.
And we need more of that. And, Disney Sheeperd, thanks for stopping in. I hope that you have a good one.
Awesome, man. Yeah. So a side note on this figure. This figure and the Gemini figure, they're the same exact body. They just changed like the vest that she has on, and obviously like the colors of the paint jobs and whatnot, and the plastic, and the heads. But they are the same figure, and I do show it during this review. But it didn't upset me or bother me at all, to be quite honest. He's doing a lot of the tricks back in the day. Reusing molds and stuff like that. And again, for a brand new company, the amount of stuff he's putting out, he's also doing like an SUV truck as well. That's again in perfect scale with these things and like the G.I. Joe classifieds. And he tried to do what he could to cut the cost on it. It's still on the pricey side, but it is way reduced compared to like what Hasbro would do.
Oh well, also compared to what NECA is doing, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
NECA prices are now starting at 34. So
Oh, they're ridiculous. But I gotta say that again, the paint application that is on this figure, it is pristine, super clean. The Gemini one, she was a little bit sloppy here or there. This one is, yeah, it's all the way amazing. They did a very excellent job with it. And apparently he is doing a movie. I was surprised by that one too. Yeah, the dude that was in the comment section of the Gemini thing, he brought that up, and yeah, on the YouTube channel, he has the director there who introduces himself, and it is the son of the guy who originally played Spider-Man in the '60s TV show. He's that guy is the director. So the son of the original Spider-Man. And yeah, apparently, yeah, it is happening. And this guy, Bobby Valla, he also has a number of friends in like the in the army and stuff, and that's why he gets very accurate with like paint jobs and some of the weapons and stuff like that. So it was really cool seeing that video, and the guy's YouTube channel in general. So pretty damn cool. I do love the base that he has on every one of these figures. And there's multiple peg points, so you could have, again, more than one figure on the base. And if you want to, again, have them back to back or sparring or whatever, I mean, you could do that. And again, it's one of those kind of like those little details that I think are really good. And on every one of their figures, they have alternate hands. They have at least, I think, 6 to 8 hands that you could swap between them. And again, there is a lot of reuse from what I've seen in the series, but they have different enough paint jobs and things where it works, and just changing a couple of things here or there. I'm impressed. Color me impressed with all this. Again, these weapons and stuff, they look great. Paint super clean on them as well for what little is there. It looks awesome. The guns, again, they're beautiful the way they sculpted them, and they all do have like the hole in the front, so you could port in blast effects and whatnot. And they do have them on their website, apparently, some blast effects. So if you're all looking for that sort of thing, you can do that. You can get those. The holsters, again, fantastic for her pistols there. And and it's cool too. You could take off the vest and you could swap them between the other figures, which I do during this video. But again, very, very high quality stuff here. And there she is with the scarf and everything. So there's a full look. The tattoos, they did very well on this as well. Like the designs and stuff. Again, I'm not super familiar. They have a comic book series, apparently, I think about 8 issues. And I think he's bringing it back. He had mentioned something about that. But primarily, yeah, these are, it's just a very solid figure line. So, yeah, the extra articulation's good as well. Those are the type of the diaphragm cuts and like the ball jointed stuff. Like, that's what you got to do for these type of figures. So, yeah, just showing that they are the exact same bodies. But again, different enough where it's still all right. It doesn't bother me. In a lot of cases, it would, but it didn't here. The Gemini figure was super solid, like I told you guys, and that she was available. I jumped on it. Yeah, great stances. The joints are super tight, especially on the knees. So they hold a really good pose. And again, with the pegs that are very solid like that too. You can get them in some pretty dynamic kind of poses and whatnot. So yeah, it's kind of showing what you can do with some of them. And I'll show you they do the head swap as well. Since again, it's the same exact figures, so no problem there. And I do put the vest on the one with the black tank top as well. And I kind of prefer that look, to be honest. Where is it? It's coming up. Yeah, so I think that works even better for her. The only thing is different is obviously the tattoos. They're not going to be the same. But yeah, very solid. Great line. You know, he had a good number of fantastic male figures as well, but those things all sold out. Series 1 and 2. They had some really cool looking army guys.
I noticed every one of these. Oh, sorry, Tom.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I noticed all these Action Force figures. Their guns. They look. They it kind of has that Judge Dredd. What's Judge Dredd's gun?
The Lawgiver.
Yeah.
Almost looks a bit like it. Yeah.
Some of them are, and then others are very accurate to like actual military weapons. So, I guess it depends on the character. And I did swap out the head too for that, just to show you the Marvel Legends stuff. It could work as well. So there you go. And again, I think that's probably like the best head sculpt for the Marvel Legends. To show you the kind of poses you could put them in. That's pretty damn impressive. You can't really do that with a G.I. Joe one. They'll flop over. You know, so
it's assassins. The mental illness haircut.
Yeah. I'd say that too.
Well, she is a criminal soul assassin, so
Antifa Force.
Yeah, and again, she's a character you can fit with your dreadnoughts, and she looks like she fits fine. So, not such a big deal. But yeah, if you want to swap out heads, you could do that. That's no problem. Again, awesome figures. Really, really cool. And they're you can interchange them with your G.I. Joe stuff, and not a problem at all. That's why I love it. They're in the same scale. So there you go.
They're doing some things right there. I mean, that company's only been around for what, 2 or 3 years, I think,
something like that. And I gotta say, she gets a pretty high rating. Big thumbs up. That's anywhere between like an 8 and a 9, anywhere around there. And like I said, really good stuff. There's a couple of things I would change here or there, but nothing that's too monumental. Really beautiful. And
I didn't notice that she got a scar on the right side of her face, huh?
She actually has the Joker ones. They're on both.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's subtle. You can't really see it so much in hand unless you have like the right lighting on. But the HD cameras, that really picks it up in a big way. Could you see it on the side? Not in that photo. But yeah, she does have. They're on both sides of the face.
Okay. So,
but these guys are hitting home runs. Yeah, you could see slightly over here. Excellent stuff.
Very nice.
Yeah, so here's Pandora, and I wouldn't be surprised if she sold out again.
Well, I mean, they've been doing some good stuff. I've seen some of the other lines that they do that are not necessarily military, and like everything they do is just killer. I mean, they've done some that are a little bit more medieval looking or fantasy driven as well. And everything I've seen that they do has been pretty damn stellar. So
nice. The only other one I saw that they have a license for is the Power Ranger guy who offed himself. Jason. He's got
Jason David Frank.
Yeah, that guy.
He killed himself?
Yeah. What was it, last year? I think it was last year he did it. Apparently he filmed a movie and they did the figures of the movie, and it looks like another kind of Power Ranger type thing. But apparently it's like some kind of one-shot movie, and there were 2 figures, him and the villain. And it looks a lot like the Power Rangers, except more like a kind of biker looking helmet, something along those lines. But so they're going to be releasing that at some point. I think it's a 2-pack or something. Like he talked about it during that convention thing a few months back.
That is his name, right? He had 3 first names, basically, right?
Yeah, I believe that's what it was. Something along those lines.
That there should have been a red flag.
Yeah.
Jason David Frank. Yes, that was right.
Yeah, there you go.
I remember.
Well, I guess I'm in trouble too, because technically I've got 3 first names. Technically.
Oh yeah,
this is true.
I remember when CM Douche first when he first left and was going to go to MMA, that he was calling him out, like Jason David Frank. He was like, "Have your first match against me." I remember that.
Yeah, that guy's nothing but attention whore anyway. See him douche.
He's someone I would not get an action figure of. I would rather get like what Tommy mentioned, Brother Love before.
You know what?
I get a Brother Love figure before I get a CM Punk figure.
If they had a CM Punk figure on clearance, I would get him to take him outside and take the Red Rider to it.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
All nut shots, or as I like to say, center mass. Time profit. Slasher, do you have anything this week or no?
Well, all right. I got something that I found on Twitter, and it goes into Vinnie's whole ordeal with the Shockwave figure from a while back.
Okay.
So this is a variant with a vehicle.
Oh, damn. That looks really good.
Yeah, see this Night Force. This was a back in the day thing, but instead of being in the stores, like it was just I think a Toys R Us exclusive back in the day, but they were all like gray and black repaints of characters before, like the way they did Slaughter's Marauders and the Tiger Force.
Yeah. Dude, that's cool.
Yeah, he looks fucking awesome.
Damn. When's he supposed to be coming out?
I don't know. There's
I like
date.
that.
There's no date here.
Man, yeah, I like when
it says the link here says Walmart. So
oh no,
I'll send you the link.
Yeah, we have Walmart's
exclusive. That means it's good. If they're going to have pre-sales, it's probably already sold out.
That's a good bet.
Or are you gonna have to put your hand on the counter and they bust out the machete? It's like, okay.
No,
equal payment.
Unfortunately, with a lot of these exclusives that they do for some of these stores, a lot of them get these pre-orders. And I ran into that same problem with Cosmos and a couple other ones I wanted that were Walmart exclusives. They had them up for pre-order and they were sold the hell out before they ever hit the shelves. So I never got to see one.
But you see the alternate head, the helmet here, Tommy?
Mm-hmm.
That's Steel Brigade, right? It's just different colored, right?
Yep.
That's what it looks like.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Because I seen the Tiger Force Duke that came with that, and I couldn't. The paint job, it bothered the shit out of me.
And hey, look, if you want to buy a Shockwave figure, it lets you know that it's a Shockwave figure.
Yeah, you can see it.
It's not a fucking guessing game.
Yeah.
And I guarantee none of those weapons are warped.
Exactly. You see, that's the way to do it. That's the proper packaging. You know? I do like that paint job too on them.
Yeah, I'll send you the link.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Awesome. All right, guys. I'm going to head up. Trivia is back this week. Even though the internet is not as agreeable as it was the past couple of days, it was agreeable enough that I was able to get a few things done, shockingly. So I did get trivia, and here we go, and it will be leading into my next topic. Yeah, for those of you, I see Godzillionaire came right in. And he knew that one was false, and Soul's hasn't changed his mind. He's like, "Wait a minute, false." I need to phone a friend, Tommy. Answer your phone. There was no call outs on this one. This was a bit of an oddity because all the other Transformers were based off the toys first and then the animation and comics after. This one, they decided to go the opposite direction, with the exception of a few figures like Ultra Magnus and everything. But all the other ones, Wheelie, Hot Rod, Cup, Blur, like Galvatron, Cyclonus, Scourge, all those were based off early concept artwork that they had created for the movie first, and that's what they made the toys off of.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But that is going to lead into the next topic. So obviously, you know where I'm going now. If you haven't guessed it, it's Transformers related.
Oh,
you son of a bitch!
I was gonna say Ghostbuster.
No, it's Power Rangers. Now get the hell out of here. It's Transformers. I like to use the trivia to kind of lead into the next topic. This one, I think I'm just going to let the review speak for itself. I wasn't entirely happy, and you'll wind up seeing why in the second half of this. But let's go ahead and get started with the good points of this one.
Welcome back as we're hanging out with Cliff Jumper, the master of the Transformers, getting his nom on as we're getting ready for another Transformers video. This one coming by way of Hasbro Studio Series 86 Transformers the movie, and we finally found Snarl. I've been waiting to get this one for quite some time. None of my stores seem to have it in stock, but I got lucky as I went in, and it looks like they pulled some of the old stock in the back because they're not really getting new shipments in apparently anymore, Transformers, and lo and behold, there was Snarl. Been waiting on this guy for quite some time, so let's go ahead, get him out of the box, and check him out.
I am Snarl.
Right out of the box, here we go with Snarl. Here we go with Snarl in a bit of an action pose, and he's got his big old sword out right there. It's kind of weird because most of the Energo swords that they had with the original Dinobots, most of them were all red. These ones are silver and other colors. I don't mind it. I know that the red is supposed to signify a nice energy type of weapon, but I think this one still looks pretty good for what it is. As you can see, he's got a lot of movement right there. Part of it that snaps apart. I think it's part of his transformation, or these might actually be built-in rockers. I'm not 100% sure, but they pop apart and they work very well for rockers at the bottom of the feet. You can see up in the shoulders, plenty of movement. The flare out, plenty of bend at the elbows. His hands do have turns as well. He's got a nice waist turn right here. He's got some decent movement in this head. Like, he can look around pretty well. This is actually very well done. Like all the other Dinobots, this one just looks incredible. Knee joints, hips, a lot of rotations in and out. Man, this one can get in some pretty damn good poses. You can get a figure this big and chunky into a kneeling position. Holy shit, you've impressed me. Like all the rest of the Dinobots, this one has tons of ratcheting joints in them. For a larger figure, this is almost a necessity because the much heavier joints are much prone to wearing out a lot faster because of the weight that's being put on them. It is always a huge plus when they include this many ratcheting joints. I love this. And this one has tons of movement in it, and you can get them in a lot of different action poses. Absolutely well done. So let's go ahead. Let's get him in his dino form and check that out as well.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
Robot mode is pretty damn awesome.
It is incredible. And Godzilla, yeah, you are absolutely correct. Besides the weapons being silver plated on all the Dinobots in that line, they also came with red highlights on their chests or waists. That was the only difference. And it's kind of funny when they did the Sunbow cartoon, they carried over the Diaclone blue that Swoop had into the cartoon, even though he was red in the toy line.
Nice.
Yeah, but yeah, absolutely beautiful looking figure. Like all kinds of movement, all those ratcheting joints, just like they did with Grimlock, they did with Sludge, and they did with Slug. Yeah, but very same thing that they did. I mean, everything where it should have had a ratcheting joint to be able to hold those limbs up, they have them there. Absolutely incredible.
Is Swoop the last one they have to do?
Yes. I've got all 4 now, so.
Nice.
And I was worried I wasn't going to be able to pick this one up, but
they're not going to connect though, right?
No. These are big leader class figures, and they're just big standalones. Now, I don't know what they're going to do for Swoop. I don't know if maybe they're going to scale him back to a Voyager class, because he should not be anywhere even close to the size of these guys, and I don't see how they could put him in a leader class, and unless they're going to say the size of the wings.
Yep, that's how they'll do it. How is this one packaged? Robot mode or
robot mode?
Okay.
So far, all the Dinobots have been packaged in the robot form, because usually the dinosaur forms are a little bit too chunky, and they would make a much larger box. So
yeah, you're right. Well, either way, with what's his name, he was just massive. Grimlock.
Such a beautiful figure.
Yeah.
I mean, I was so impressed with that one when that first came out. And I mean, the Willy figure that he came with was a little bit of a kind of throw-in, but it was a throw-in. So I didn't even get mad about that. I think that one still got a full 10 out of 10, because it was just fantastic in both modes.
Yeah. And
then, of course, all the ports and everything you had on there for blast effects and the mounts and everything, so you can get like that flame blast effect.
Yeah, I still have mine. Yeah, he was good. I would have probably ended up getting all of them, but yeah, it was too expensive.
I probably will, as long as they still have it. I probably will pick up that G2 variant of Grimlock, the unused artwork.
The paint,
the unused artwork for the Japanese Takara version of him, where he's got like that weird yellow tiger stripe. I probably will get that one too, because it's a wonderful mold, and I don't mind. They're reusing a really good mold. I mean, repainting it in something that was never released. So
yeah, you don't mind the Tiger Force paint job.
Well, not on that one at least.
On some of them, it doesn't look bad. The back in the day Tiger Force paint job of Duke, where they recolored his hair, that was bad. There was a couple of them where they recolored their hair and shit.
Yeah, that was just silly.
Or when they gave the Tiger Force paint job to the Snowcat. You have all vehicles, you want that thing painted up Tiger Force style.
Yeah, that's retarded. Oh well.
All right. Well,
let's see Dino mode.
Yeah, let's see Dino mode. And this, for me, this is where it kind of loses a little momentum. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
We now return to the Transformers.
Here we go with Snarl in his Dino form. Took a bit to get this one together. There's a lot of odd placements and way parts kind of port in and everything. This is not like the other 3 Dinobots, where they were very intuitive to the old designs, and if you knew the old designs, you could easily figure them out. This one had a lot more steps and a lot of like weird movement of parts and snapping in and porting. I kind of don't like how far down this tail sits in the back. I wish that would have kind of sat up a little bit higher, but it really is just on a hinge point, and there is nowhere to move that. I mean, that kind of stinks. Like, if that swung back a little bit more, he wouldn't be leaning so far down forward, and the tail looks just out of place on that. I don't like the way that looks at all. The rest of the dino form is not too shabby. There's a little bit of movement here in all his little dino limbs, so you can kind of stretch him out, move him around if you want. Even though the whole headpiece snaps together right here, you can kind of see how it wants to port back apart. But even then, he does have an opening mouth. There is no port in there like the other Dinobots had to put a blast effect, though. But that's alright. Kind of is what it is. This is not the most stellar of Dino modes. So overall, this Studio Series 86 movie Snarl, I do not think this one compares to Grimlock, Sludge,
or Slag, or as they call him, Slug. I do not think this one compares to those three. The robot mode, absolutely fantastic. I mean, even got a little place you could port his weapon in his Dino mode, even though it looks kind of stupid if you ask me. So we're just gonna port that out of there and throw that to the side. Overall, I gotta say there are too many things on this that I am disappointed about. Not enough to take it back, but it definitely doesn't feel as worthy of the Dinobot name as Grimlock, Sludge, and Slug. This one, the best that this one can get out of me, I will give this one a solid 7 out of 10. It's really losing marks for this dinosaur mode. I'm sorry. This is just lazy, and it's horrible. And that is all we have on this one.
The Transformers, more than meets the eye. The Transformers.
That wasn't a tail. It was a dino dick. On the floor. I'm the same way when I wake up in the morning.
You know what? I didn't get enough good shots of it, but when you turn around, he looks like he's got junk in the trunk. The way they designed his ass is so big and wide and flat coming down. He looks like one of them big, nasty, like blue-haired leftist weirdos with the big flat ass coming down. Like that's what he looks like in the back. It just looks so out of place for the rest of the body. And the way that the mouth hinges together like that, the head is just, it's static. It doesn't move. The jaw lifts down a little bit and that's it. If you look at the back of the box of this thing, the original design work they had for it, the head was actually a solid piece and it actually had a little bit of turn in the head so you can kind of look side to side or up and down. They changed it at some point during pre-production, and then they created this break apart head thing that just it doesn't snap together and stay together properly. So you see the stupid seams running down it, or sometimes it starts pulling apart when you open the mouth. Like there was too many takeaways for this thing to get anything more than a 7. And it really is a shame because that robot mode was stellar.
Yeah, it's amazing how they did such a great job with the robot mode. And the dino mode is probably the worst things I've seen.
It's just bad. Just bad all the way around. And like,
and it look at baby toy in the dino mode.
I know and that was the thing too. Another thing on the box, they showed more of that golden hue. Like the spine, the very top of the back of the spines had that really nice golden hue color. But then they went for like a cheaper yellow for the front legs and everything like that. And it just made the whole thing look off. Like they really skimped out when it came to the dino mode.
Yeah, Hasbro was cutting corners again. That sucks.
I really hope when they come back with Swoop that they step it up a little bit.
They're gonna have to. You know, I know they've fixed a lot of the G.I. Joe line. A lot of people had complaints in the previous few rounds, but it's you got to go all around and make sure you're making things right.
So on a side note, as far as 86 Transformers movies topic, I did see another one of these figures that somebody bought like third-party printed parts for. So it was parts for a Sludge. So you get this whole big pack of stuff, and you could turn Sludge into a plesiosaur.
Oh wow! That's like the 3D printed shit.
Yeah, and it looked really good too. Like the way these guys did it, the parts that they had printed up, they were spectacular looking. Like the paint jobs on them and everything were really good. They even gave you a new robot head for him, so you could make it feel like a whole brand new character.
Oh wow!
Yeah, really nice stuff. Really nice stuff. I mean, you do get some companies doing some stuff like that, so you can add on to these figures too. So,
yeah, that's incredible. I'm glad when they do stuff like that.
Yeah, I was just so disappointed in this dinosaur head. Oh man, but I want to end up with my toy break, which is the last part of my topics that I have, and this one was actually fun. This isn't super long. But I died laughing when I seen these on the toy shelf, and I couldn't find all 3, but I did get 2 out of the 3 they have available in my chosen format for these. So let's go ahead and take a look at these.
Here we go with a toy break as we're showing off some Super 7 reaction figures with Mars Attacks. Number 1, The Invasion Begins. 19, The Burning Flesh. Technically, this is the second one in this series. As you can see on the back right there, they also have Destroying a Dog, which I couldn't find. And they have these released twice, and of course, because I love it, I got the glow-in-the-dark version. Let's check that out, shall we? So here we go. Got him in the room right here. Got a nice black light on him. You can see those suckers glowing. You can see my diorama glowing a little bit too with some of the paints I used. But let's go ahead and kill that black light for a second. And there we go. So not only are the figures glowing, but the package art also glows as well. I think that is such an awesome touch. Guys, what did you think about these ones from Super 7 Reaction?
That was really cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
I like the glow in the dark stuff.
I love that they went for the original like trading card design for him. Just absolutely hilarious. I got to see what the dog looks like.
Yeah, that ought to be pretty cool.
So now I got something else I'm looking for. It's been a while since I've seen something that really just caught my attention from Super 7, but yeah, these ones absolutely did. I was like, yeah, oh yeah, I got to pick them up. Glow in the dark too. Sold.
Yeah, that's wicked. Good shit.
Yeah, and I was discussing that with Stieg, and Stieg said he had never seen Mars Attacks. I was like, what? Never seen Mars Attacks? Oh man, you got to watch that.
Yeah, that's surprising. I forgot how many freaking people were in it too, man.
There was a lot of people. Tom Jones.
Yeah, a cameo pack for sure. I mean, there's a lot of douchey celebrities too, but yeah, because you wanted to see them get destroyed and, you know, incinerated like that.
Absolutely, Time Prophet is a classic.
Oh yeah, very cool. Well, speaking of classic, I got a classic character here on my next tour review.
All right.
This one, I hinted at him. He was in another review previously, and sure, there we go. I finally got around to reviewing the Doctor Doom. Although I don't have the alternate head in this review, it's somewhere in a bag filled with other weapons and accessories, and I believe he had alternate hand as well. But holy crap, what a beautiful figure. This thing I got a number of years ago. Again, that's why I couldn't find where everything was. But probably hands down the best Doctor Doom figure you're going to find. This guy is, pretty damn amazing all around. So, yeah, good on them for making him.
I want to ask real quick. Is that the one that they've reused for their Marvel Legends line?
Yeah, this is a Marvel Legends figure. He originally came out with the Fantastic Four set, and the Build-A-Figure was the Super Skrull. So that She-Hulk that had like the kind of gray skin with the green cuts, she was in that line. They eventually re-released her as well with the proper green colors. Like I said, amazing Doctor Doom figure. They released him in a white version as well. That was based off the Jonathan Hickman, I think his Secret Wars run.
I do recall seeing that.
Yeah, and his chest piece was different. Like he didn't have a shirt; it was like a metal. It's basically he just took off the tunic part on the top half. But oh my god, yeah! Like I said, best Doctor Doom figure. Swap out the heads. That's how you do it. You can take off the cape as well. And the alternate head, it had more of like the 1960s kind of vibe to it, which you could use it like if you got more of them, you could make like Doom bots essentially with that, and this would be like your proper Doctor Doom. That's one way of doing it, because this head sculpt is incredible. I said in the review too, it looks like kind of like one of my designs, because I do have Dr. Doom in currently in the Volume 3 art book. It's still available right now. But yeah, this face is amazing. The poses you can put him in, the kind of plastic they used as well. It looks like it's kind of like reflective, shiny metal. The texturing they did on it, oh my god, yeah, this thing is above and beyond. Just really, really beautiful.
I like how they even had the D on the holster for Doom.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of great details on this figure. I swear to God, man. The kind of chainmail that they have, like in between the armor, that's kind of sculpt work on that. Yeah, and this was just to kind of show the scale as well for McFarlane figure. Here's your Scarecrow from Arkham Knight. And again, McFarlane figures are closer to like 7 to 7.5, depending on the character, inches wise, whatever. And yeah, Dr. Doom, he's closer to your 6-inch kind of, maybe a little bit over. But yeah, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. They could have added in like, if they did some kind of like blast effect that you could port into the backpack part there, the kind of 2 rockets kind of coming off of his back. That would have been cool, but he didn't come with that. But again, what he has and just the figure itself, amazing, absolutely amazing, and probably one of Marvel's cooler villains that they keep screwing up on film. But yeah, gotta say, killer stuff. I'll jump a little bit.
Or they could have also did the blast effect for the hands.
Yeah, they could have. That would have been good. But again, this was I want to say maybe 5 or 6 years ago he came out, something like that.
Looks awesome though.
Oh yeah, man, fucking beautiful. Yeah, and there he is with Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Not an easy figure to find. I got him around the holiday season. So where my friend, he was working at Target, and he's like, yeah, I think we have 1 in the back or 2 in the back. And yeah, so that's the only way I got my hands on him, because they had no room to put him out on the pegs. Apparently, there was no slot for him in the Target. Plus, they don't restock on the Target nonsense. So for whatever reason, but I'll probably end up reviewing him as well, because I want to get to the Spider-Man stuff for sure. It's, you know, some of the last stuff that I still enjoyed out of the Marvel garbage. And yeah, and again, everyone knows Spider-Man is my character, so I probably have, between him and Optimus Prime, I probably have like so many different versions of those specific characters, just because I always liked them so much.
What was your first Spider-Man figure you could remember having?
The black suit.
Secret Wars?
Secret Wars, yes. And it's, I was also showing here the gravity-defying Dr. Doom. I don't know how he didn't tip over. Look at the extreme angle he's on. So, I don't know.
There you go, Vinnie.
It was crazy. But yes, that one. And hold on.
I don't have his shield, though.
Yeah. Oh, dude, man, the paint job's still really nice, too, on him.
Yeah, his eyes are a little bit yellowed, but it's not. I got him from someone. Just gave him to me a couple of years ago, so that was cool.
That's awesome. I had a sad story with that one. My brother and I was fighting. We were fighting over the figure. We only had the one, and he was being a dick to me. And you know, you little kids, you do all stupid shit. Well, we had a window open, and we were on the top floor, and this is back in New York, and it's summertime, and he went flying out the window. He landed on the neighbor's roof, and he landed on black tar.
Oh man!
Yeah.
So it was almost like a Venom type thing, really.
Yeah, kind of. And I remember it drove me crazy, because we could never get the damn thing. We had the neighbor go on the roof. He couldn't find it. And I'm like, but it's right here. We can see it from here. He couldn't find it. And he goes, yeah, he doesn't normally go on the roof, and he didn't want to ever again. So, yeah, there he stayed. And for like the next year or two, we were still there because of all the weather and shit. Like, he melted partly into the damn.
Oh, yeah. He became one with the house.
Yeah. Yeah, that was heartbreaking.
You were talking about the first Spider-Man toys. The first one I ever had was Mego.
Did you have
When they did
the doll
the
one or
old-
the figure when they made
the
small-
8-inch Mego?
Is-
Well, technically they
That's
were
cool.
like dolls.
Did you ever see the ones with the fucked up paint job that were action figure sized?
No.
It was probably also Amigo, but I think they have a Spider-Man like that from back in the day, and I think they have a Green Goblin figure too.
Well, I got another weird one. I can't get it to work anymore, but I got one that's like a solid plastic
Tommy, I
Spider-Man.
think they have a pill for that.
It's a solid plastic Spider-Man, and it takes batteries. I can't remember if they were C or what they were. It takes a couple batteries. It might have even been a 9-volt. And basically, what he has his arm upright, and he's got like the almost like the fishing line with a plastic hook at the end. So it's supposed to like pull himself up by it. He's got motorized action, and then he's also got a port in the side where it had a little mini flashlight that you put in his other hand, and when you plug it in the side, it would light up.
And this was a old school one.
Yeah, it was like 70, 78 or something. I want to say.
Huh.
Oh wow. I don't think I've seen that.
I showed it off once a really, really long time ago because I don't remember where I put it back in the room. But
Okay.
I was trying to mess with it to try to see if I can get the motors to work again. I don't know if it's something in the connection point or if it's actually maybe the motor's burned out or I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah. Shit.
But I got so many toys apart. I really don't want to tear another one apart just yet.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Yeah, I think I have one at some point. I think I had the regular Spider-Man Secret Wars one as well, and then,
I did too, and I have a tragic story about that one.
Oh no, what happened?
An asshole knocked a box of my toys into the walls when I had a box. I had boxes actually of toys in the attic, and when they were moving shit up there, they knocked everything around, and my toys went spilling in between the walls.
Oh shit! No way, man. Yeah, that's gone for good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Until they fucking take a wrecking ball to the house, and I could be there scavenging through the fucking through the ruins. Because I lost
just
so
tell
much.
them.
Oh man!
Just tell him, hey, you're going to take this house down. I'd like to help by starting off on this one wall. What's up, Curtis? Curtis in the house. Spider Tar became part of the skyscraper.
I lost so much shit in that great attic tragedy that I didn't even find out till years later. I found out about it like 3 or 4 years after the fucking fact.
Wow.
I feel bad. I didn't say that. Spider Tar became part of the skyscraper.
Well, there's no skyscraper. It was a regular, neighborhood home. But, dude, and you know what's funny, too? He landed, like, in a football kind of position, and he was facing us. So, and every time I walked past that window, like, going up and down the stairs, I'd see him. And, like, in the wintertime, like, when the snow hit, like, he'd be buried. And as it melted, you could kind of see him.
Vinnie said, look, he's right there. The guy said, I can't see him anywhere. There goes Spider Tar.
Right? Bastards. Unbelievable. But yeah. So yeah, and again, I hope you guys dug this review. But yeah, this is, like I said, hands down the best Doctor Doom. If you ever come across this thing or you're looking for him, yeah, good luck toy hunting.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who they was it the Maria Rambeau, Captain Marvel. I'd seen
Monica Rambeau.
Or Monica Rambeau, thank you. The Monica Rambeau, I think that's who they re-released him with. I think I can't recall because I remember seeing it. I said, that's not a bad looking Doom.
I think, I know what you were talking about. It wasn't the same Doom though. I think they reused some of them, but not all of them.
Oh, okay.
He was closer to like your kind of Secret Wars design. He was a little bit different.
Well, I did, since we're kind of like leading into that Marvel thing, I did pull a few things up.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the stuff that I've seen that they got coming up.
What you got?
They got the Marvel Legends series. They got all these characters.
Cable,
Some of them I remember them. Some I don't. Kazan,
Azar.
Kazar. That's it. The freaking barbarian
From
Wolfsbane.
the Savage Land, yeah.
Yeah,
I think is that supposed to be another War Machine in the back, or
I think just another version of Iron Man,
okay,
like Superior Iron Man or something.
obviously Cable right up in the front.
Yeah. Your Cable
Beyond
looks
that,
really good.
I can't remember who the other
Wolfsbane?
ones are. Yeah, Wolfsbane is that chick,
Yeah.
Yeah,
isn't
from
it?
the X Force. I mean
Yeah.
X Factor. Well, she was in the New Mutants and then X Factor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's an interesting wave, but I'd say your standout is definitely Cable.
That Cable looks like it's like a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 era.
Yeah,
Cable. I love
yeah,
that.
yeah. That
But
is really cool.
these are all up. Like I think he looks pretty good.
He does look pretty good.
Kazar.
Yeah, you could probably make a good custom He-Man out of that too.
I think there's a few different figures you could use that mold for. You could, it's a decent looking mold.
Oh yeah, and again,
there's a Cable.
Yeah, there.
Oh, Red Widow. I never heard of that character.
Me neither.
Me neither. Maybe she's more modern because the design looks like shit.
Oh, Icarus.
Oh yeah. The what the hell? What are they called? Inhuman? No.
I don't know that character either.
Eternals. The Eternals, I think. It's the comic book version of the Eternal God.
I know
But
Hydra
that Daredevil Hydro Man looks good.
Nice, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured you'd probably like that.
Hydro Man looks freaking
Yeah,
badass.
And then here's one that you showed off earlier.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, Superior Iron Man.
Okay, yeah, I was right.
And then there's one more 2-pack, and this one caught my eye. I was like, oh, that looks pretty neat.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
Colossus
really
and
nice. Yeah.
Oh,
That is a good looking Juggernaut.
They got the dented up fucking Juggernaut helmet.
Yeah, that's busted open.
Yeah, that's cool.
That is cool. Yeah, in his beat up face. That Colossus, that looks amazing. I've never seen that one released anywhere. That version, anyway.
And look at it. It must be doing well. It's already sold out.
Yeah, of course. Again, these are your two favorite kind of characters. I do have that original Juggernaut. Yeah, he came out a while ago.
Was he a Build-A-Figure?
He was. Shit, I can't remember the name of the wave, but they had the Phoenix Jean Grey. She was the green one. They had that version, and she came, I think, with his his upper torso. Yeah, it was a pretty good wave, but yeah, he is a very cool Juggernaut figure. If I could find where the hell he is, I'll review him at some point. But yeah,
I hear
he's a hefty figure. That guy's massive.
Well, I mean, this one looked pretty big in and of itself. I mean, Colossus is a fairly large figure, and then, for that $74.99 price tag, that thing better be humongous.
Oh, for sure. But like I said, that's the same exact mold, that Juggernaut, except they added extra stuff. But yeah, it's the same figure.
Very nice. That is all I got. So I mean, if you got something else,
I saw something recently. It's funny. It's like the day after we do the toy stream, is like they release some like cool looking stuff. Oh yeah. And again, I'm not getting it. Not at any fucking level. I don't have money for it. But apparently they released, or they're going to be releasing the Pennywise from the Tim Curry version.
I got that one from NECA.
No, not NECA. Hot Toys. Holy crap!
Oh.
Take a look at some of these photos. It looks like
damn.
he got pulled off the television screen.
That's dope.
That's freaking amazing. It's Sideshow. It's not even Hot Toys. It's Sideshow. That's freaking cool. Dude.
Yeah, I missed out getting the second NECA one that actually came with the little boat.
Yeah. Look at that, man. The paint job on the teeth.
That's amazing.
Dude, that's killer. Yeah, nicely done. Although I wonder how that hair is going to end up being, though. Because they usually can't, by the time you get to the actual production, it's probably going to be like all up in the air and crazy. But yeah, good on them. You know, the price on these things are always insane. He's like $300 or something. It's like, yeah, no, I'm good. Yeah,
yeah. It's the only reason I don't even attempt to look into this. I mean, I still want to get a figure for Barnes, and unfortunately, the cheapest I know I'm going to find that somewhere around that 140, 150 range for a pretty basic Barnes. But
yeah, that is nuts.
It does look great.
Yep. What else did I see recently?
I mean, I had more stuff filmed, but yeah, lack of time and being able to upload.
There's a 45-inch Transformers statue that they're releasing. Obviously, for him to be that big, you know, he's like it's in the thousands. But I think you might appreciate just how this looks. Check out this Devastator.
Nice.
I think that's massive. 45 inches.
That's not even the largest one I've seen.
Oh, wow. They released bigger statues than that.
Oh, yeah. This thing was freaking humongous. The guy had to put it together in small sections, like, you know, like one leg at a time. Well, first it was the base, and then one leg at a time, and each piece was freaking humongous. I forget how many thousands of dollars the statue was, but it was ginormous.
Yeah, man, it's insane. I saw one at I think Universal Studios of Megatron that was like somewhere around the size of this one. My jaw hit the floor, man. There were lights all over him. The design was crazy. It wasn't Michael Bay. It wasn't like OG, but it was closer to kind of like your G1 kind of style, but even more detail all over the place. Like you could see like every little kind of panel and section. It was insane. And he was like in like a yelling kind of pose. Holy shit. Really, really incredible stuff. But again, this was years ago. The last time I went. I think it was maybe 7 years ago. I don't know, something like that.
Okay, here we go. I found the one. Hold on, let me bring it up. So obviously, I'm not going to play the video, but this is exactly what I was talking about. Wish I could zoom.
Oh my god!
See what I mean? $3,000 statue.
Oh,
holy hell! This guy broke it.
Yeah, and it broke on him.
Jesus. Yeah, that's nuts.
Like he was saying that each piece, like it was hefty as shit too. So,
yeah, it's close to the size of the other one.
I want to say that this was
Maybe a little bit bigger.
God, what the hell was this one? It was big. That's all I remember. It was freaking huge. It was ridiculous looking.
How do you even make shit like that?
Who's got space for that kind of shit? Well, besides that guy, obviously, who's also loaded.
Yeah, you got to be some kind of millionaire to start collecting even a little bit of that type of shit.
What was that, Slasher?
I said rich people.
Yeah,
Right.
insanely rich people. Fucking yeah, that is crazy.
No, Soul Assassin. No, whoa, Vinnie's talking about inches again. Just hear how much excitement he sounded by saying 45 inches.
Hey, don't be gay.
You would think so, Soul Assassin, but not always. Not always. Like some of the pegs that I've seen these guys sit these pieces together when they have to assemble them. Like I was like, wow, they couldn't make bigger like assembly joints than that. Like,
yeah.
Especially for those price tags. Like, holy shit, man, you could miss me with that shit. Look, man, I love that. I love that kind of stuff. But first off, you know how I feel about Transformers and statues or something that doesn't transform. It gets on my last fucking nerve. Unless it's like a little miniature that's, you know, just a little miniature knick-knack type thing, that's fine, because you don't really expect many of those tiny things, you know, to even hopefully transform. But something, you know, in a normal scale range, man, that shit better be Transformer. It's not a Transformer, and that's why I'll never get those 3-0 figures. While they look incredible, they don't transform. I don't want any part of that.
Yeah. Okay. If it ain't a Transformer, well, if don't, I'm sorry, if it doesn't transform, it's not a Transformer. And
If it's not a Transformer, it could stay right where it is.
Yeah. Then don't put that name on the damn package.
Yeah. Sons of bitches.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I had the Star Scream from the red line or whatever the hell it was. I picked up one just to see how it was. I'm like, oh, this is horrible. And I brought it back. Like the joints, everything was like all flimsy. You felt like a broken piece of like rubber in your hand.
I've had a couple figures like that recently. Like that freaking Super 7 one, that Cobra Commander. Like, there's really bad joints in that damn thing. Like, and for that price tag, ridiculous.
Yeah, that breaks my heart.
I always put another mortgage on the house. Wife can eat ramen for another month.
Holy crap!
It's not even the concern of everybody else eating in this house. I mean, they can go outside and eat grass as long as the pigs are fed.
Right. Oh my god.
But I got a few more for next week. It's going to be interesting. I dug into the dustbin of some of the older figures. So I got a couple old G1 Transformers that I did a short review on.
Oh, nice.
I also got a Titans Return Overlord that I'm finally going to be showing off. Another Ollie's find, another Transformer character I didn't know a whole lot about. I had to do a little research on the character because I'd never heard of it, called Override. That one, wow, I was very impressed with that one. That was very well done, especially since I reviewed that one in the same day I did Snarl. I'm sitting there like getting like pissed off. Like, this one's more modern. That one's just slightly older than that one. Like, how do you get it so right then and it screw it up and then get it so right later on with like Ratchet and shit like that? Like, I don't understand. It's like, God damn, it's like Hasbro is dyslexic at this point with the people that they have working there. They don't know what they're doing. They all got walleye vision or something.
Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, it's crazy shit.
Probably. I don't know. Did you have anything else, Vin?
No, I'm kind of tapped out tonight.
I'm pretty wrecked at this point too. I got a major freaking headache. I don't know how it started, but
yeah, I did find the 2-pack you were talking about, by the way.
Okay.
Hold on.
Was it the Captain Marvel one?
Yeah, the Monica Rambeau.
I think they called her. Did they call her Nova in that one, or was it Captain Marvel? I forget.
I'll click in a second. We'll go through the photos a little bit. Yeah, like very 70s look. But yeah, they did him like the old superpower, or the superpower stuff. Yeah, that's totally different. But I think that head is the same variant. I think that was the same. But yeah, he's a new sculpt.
I mean, I didn't think he looked bad when I seen it. Well, what you could see with the box art, it didn't look horrible.
Oh, that's cool. They actually gave him the Victor Von Doom face. That's pretty cool. I kind of prefer that. But yeah, nicely done. That's good too. Get the mask by itself. That's pretty cool.
Now, for some dumb reason, I thought they had a cape on that one too. I guess they didn't.
Yeah, it was just Captain Marvel. Yeah, Captain Marvel and Doctor Doom. Yeah, there's your shitty packaging.
Yeah,
you can't see the figures. Ridiculous. I think they're like wrapped in toilet paper when you open them up.
Right, Victor Von Musk.
So yeah, there you go.
But I think that is a good place to leave off. There were some cool stuff in there. I didn't have anything that I got so mad that I was ready to toss anything. So I guess that's a good week of reviewing.
Yeah, I think so.
I really did love those Flash figures, though, man. I still can't stop. I haven't even packed them away yet. They're still sitting on my BattleBots Arena table. I'm still staring at them.
Nice. Oh, I did see they put up the pre-order for Takara Tomy and Hasbro. They have the Transformers Masterpiece 44S Convoy Optimus Prime.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, dude, $220. But if you want to see him real quick, we could show you.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Curtis. I don't know what it is. I already cleaned the pigs' homes out. I don't know why I got this headache.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah. Drink some water just in case. It usually.
Oh, that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, we're dehydrated. We don't even know it most of the time. But yeah, pretty cool. Posability is amazing on it. That's for sure. But yeah,
there was another one they did, another masterpiece, and like Godzillionaire said, the 18th masterpiece Optimus Prime. They did another one that's kind of like the G1 look, like they just showed right next to him there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's got full articulation like that big thing, but it's got the G1 look, and I was like, wow, now that looks cool.
Yeah, I think we showed that on one of the toy streams.
I think we did. Yeah,
that it was cool looking. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, Godzillion, and those train bots are killer, but they're running at about $150 a piece.
So, I think they're more than that. Willie's Big Bad Toy Store, it's like, yeah.
No.
They're up there.
I seem to recall seeing them for $150 on Hasbro Pulse. Pretty sure that's what it was. But yeah, okay. I would love to get them, but yeah, not no 150 or more a piece. No sir.
Way. No, sir. I don't like it.
It's just way too damn much.
Yeah.
Way too much. I mean, they got a few of the big figure lot packs that they got coming out. Mm-hmm. I am really interested in that one with the United versions that they got coming out with all the Autobots and then all the ones with the Decepticons. Very interested. But again, you're looking at $110 up front for that giant pack, and it's still just a lot of money to fork off in one shot.
It is. It really is. That's too much. I know they had like the Mojo World pack as well, like for the Marvel Legends stuff. And again, like the prices on these things are insane. They're absolutely insane. It's like, okay, you start to do things that like more fans would kind of be geared towards, and it's like not at those prices.
No, it's just like the NECA Turtles from Eastman and Laird. I so want that 4-pack. I just, I find it really hard to throw down $140 for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And again, like the Soundwave that like the Transformers crossover, like that's a beautiful piece too. But the money, I think, it's way too much. These things are overpriced. Way overpriced. Oh, that's what I was going to say to you. That Bobby Valla guy, he was talking about like their SUV kind of truck thing that they're releasing, and he goes, he took shots at the Hasbro thing, the Hasbro Pulse, because they had the HISS tank, and he goes, it's that certain type of tank. There's another word in front of it. I'm not going to say, but he goes $500 to $600 for that. That's insane. He goes, that is absolutely insane. Like his SUV thing, like people thought it was going to be around 300. He was able to get it down to around 175 to 185 in that kind of ballpark, which is pretty decent because what the size of it is, it's pretty impressive, and it's got a ton of different stuff going on too. Like it has like the gunner seat, the back opens up, all the doors open up. There's a lot of customization you could do with it. So like I get it. But again, he said it too. Space and price, it's a major factor for a whole ton of people. We don't have room anymore for anything. Most households are very. We're all kind of living very, very sparse right now.
Yeah. Godzillion, rent and food are overrated. Toys are awesome. Unfortunately, we got to take care of the rent and stuff because then we have nowhere to house the toys.
You're gonna be living in the park with your Castle
my toys around me, with my gun loaded. Don't come anywhere near it. Decepticon, what's going on, man? He says he got the Wolfman.
Oh, nice.
What's up, bro?
Sweet. Yeah, what do you think of that one?
It looks okay. I do have a bit of a problem with them changing like the lineup. I wish they would have stuck with the original lineups.
Mm-hmm.
So
But
same
they're getting to
Godzilla.
them anyway, so
I
it's
know
just
that's why I was so happy when they did Leonardo, because in their second wave he was released as the creature from the Black Lagoon. So I was like,
yeah.
oh hell yeah, because in the original first line that they did with Universal with TMNT, Leonardo was the Wolfman, because
Yeah.
we have that one in the back still.
Mhm.
You know, Donatello was Dracula, Mikey was Frankenstein, and in these newer ones, Raph was Frankenstein, and
Yeah.
Raphael was, oh shit, who the hell was Raphael?
Wasn't one of them the creature?
He was
from
the mummy.
Wolfman?
He was the mummy.
Oh, okay.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Wasn't
It's
one
weird.
of them the creature from the Black Lagoon? Or was
Yeah,
that
yeah,
the other?
Leonardo.
Okay.
Second wave.
Yeah,
the
Tommy
second
reviewed him. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is a beautiful figure. Jeez. Yeah, that is impressive as hell, man.
Really nice looking figures overall, but I mean, and once again, it's getting into a whole nother line, so I'm going to be really picky about which ones that I pick up.
Yeah.
I'm only going to hit the ones that hit the nostalgia vibes for me. Like even the Invisible Man, I think it was slightly different. I want to say Mikey was the Invisible Man in the original TMNT Universal crossover, but Donatello makes a lot more sense as the Invisible Man.
Yeah, it does. More of the scientist.
So I don't know. I might get a few more here and there, but I'm definitely not going to grab that whole line.
No. Yeah, that's it. That's what a lot of this turned into. Like, you know, there ain't no way people could collect full lines anymore.
Okay, got the comic cover of the original horror line. Nice.
That is cool.
Curtis dropping links as always. Thank you, Curtis. Really do appreciate that. But yeah, that's about it on my end.
Yeah, I'm good too. Slash,
right,
you
man.
got anything or? No, did he step away?
I didn't think so. I thought he just got back.
But yeah. Anyway, yeah, man. No, I'm good.
All right. I guess we'll wrap it up here. Guys, stop by and check out some of Slasher's old streams. Eventually, hopefully, he'll get back to streaming again. And always appreciate when he gets to come on here and hang out with us for a while. Yeah, I've been selling the Godzilla Super 7 blind boxes. I still haven't seen them anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, me neither.
Scored a box for 15. Wow. I seen those boxes for those the big box, you know, got case boxes of them. We're selling for like $180 direct from Super 7. I was like, oof.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I was like, yikes. It's a bit much. Thanks for hanging out, Slasher.
Yeah, man.
Cool.
And guys, you know what I'm
Thanks for
doing.
inviting me.
Yeah, anytime, man. I haven't been doing a whole lot of anything lately. YouTube has been playing their game, so I've been kind of holding back on putting a lot of shorts and everything up. I'm gonna give it a few days, and then I'm gonna drop some stuff and try to hopefully completely fool their algorithm. That's what I'm hoping for at this point, because it's just it makes no damn sense. There's no rhyme or reason. I'm going to be getting the next guest lined up for the next Cage Talks, which will probably be not this coming Tuesday, but the Tuesday after. As far as the regular Tuesday show, I'll probably just do a regular guinea pig nibbling live, and I've already got content that I'm working on right now for the next toy stream, which I'm going to try to set this one up earlier than I did today. Unfortunately, everything was kind of running around last minute with CenturyLink out on Tuesday, and then a couple streams in between. Kind of like ETEP, I was like a little bit exhausted and thrown off my schedule, so. I'm going to be able to hopefully plan things a little bit better for next week. And then, Vinnie, you got tomorrow on deck?
Yeah. Tomorrow we should be doing. Actually, we're gonna start covering some different stuff too. I want to cover that series Shogun that's on FX and Hulu. Really awesome series. The third episode just dropped. So yeah, we're gonna start talking about some of that stuff. I know Chris is down for it as well. So yeah, that's gonna be fun, and I think we're gonna start hitting gargoyles as well. Like we'll do like retro a little bit of retro review on that because
really awesome.
Yeah, incredible series. If you want to pop in on that, yeah.
Hell yeah. I haven't watched it in forever.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, we could definitely start talking about some of that stuff. Yeah, awesome series. I think Trina, she said she was going to start watching it this week. I know like a few nights back. Yeah.
How do I have to watch it though? Like,
Say again.
like how am I gonna have to watch it? Because I don't have Disney Plus and I'm not paying for Disney Plus.
Oh, you don't have the DVD or nothing like
No,
that?
I don't.
Shit. All right, we'll try to talk afterwards.
That's all right. I'll sit it out. It's fine.
But again, it's a great series, and
All right, yeah, no. I used to come home. My dad got me into it. I got my dad into the Batman cartoon, and then when I would come home after school, like a little bit later after school got out. I was in high school at the time too. I'd come home, and my dad would be sitting there watching Gargoyles. I would sit there and watch it with him. It was fucking awesome.
Hell yeah! Like my aunt got into it as well. Like, me and my brothers and my cousin. Like, it's funny when I first found out. I'm like, what? And she knew exactly what we were talking about. And then because I visited during that time too, and she's like, yeah, when Gargoyles? When's the new season starting? And it's like, what?
Real quick, say hello to Ancient One. Thanks for stopping in, Ancient One.
What's up?
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. I'm doing okay. I hope that you are too. And real quick, before we get back to you, Vin, I will say that we did get a drive-by comment for the night.
What car is that coming up? Creep.
Drive-by!
Chris Ray of Sunshine Fisk.
That's right.
We're always talking about Chris and his incredibly red-pilled attitude. We love you, Chris. We
skip straight to black. We know that. Yeah, him and we could really go on a tangent with that stuff, but we'll probably hit some of that as well on the Friday stream. We'll probably save that for the Rumble portion, but yeah, no. I mean, it is what it is because there's so much crazy shit that's been going on in the world, and it's to ignore it completely is be kind of ridiculous. But we do want to change things up a bit too, to get more people a little more hyped about some fun stuff. But yeah, I was just saying that too. Yeah, like again, I had relatives who were watching it who would never watch a cartoon because again, the stories were cool. They were fun.
Well, that's the thing though. My dad would watch cartoons. Like, my dad would watch anything, but he would also hate everything. Like, there was stuff he watched that he couldn't stand, but he would sit there and watch it anyway.
Oh,
like
no.
he'd sit there and watch Matlock every day, just so he could sit there and make fun of Andy Griffin. he was doing this like on a regular. It was funny.
That's pretty funny. Holy shit. Oh yeah, and speaking of which too, before I forget, I mean, yeah, guys, if you didn't know, I got a brand new campaign that all the books have shipped out. If you still want a copy, yeah, jump on it. Incredible. You can go to my Twitter. You could see people firsthand and some of the reviews and the comments. Pretty damn epic. And again, it's perfect bound, 64 pages, and the quality it even surprised a whole ton of people. Like, they didn't realize what kind of quality they were getting with this one. And I'm telling you, I really did step it up for everyone. So if you want that, jump on it. In the meantime, I think I am going to be toying around with something with a new campaign, sort of a second chance for the first two volumes. I've been talking to a couple of people about kind of what I'm going to do, and it's going to be different from this. I don't think I'm going to be going with Indiegogo on that next campaign. But again, I'm still working on City of Venus too, but I want to try another platform because I think Indiegogo is completely ghosting everybody now. On top of the shit economy and everything else, I'm still seeing some numbers on other websites. So I think I'm going to dip a toe into the water on the other side. So yeah, we'll see. But in the meantime, yeah, you can still get this one while it's still available. Again, I'm not keeping this campaign open forever. Very limited numbers on these. So if you want them, please jump on them. But yeah. What was that? Your girl goes, yeah, I saw a few episodes, but I couldn't tell you what happened in the show. I never liked it that much as a kid. I'd say, yeah, give it another chance as an adult. because even Etep, he hasn't seen it since he was a kid, and he was like, "Holy shit!" Like he was hooked on it. We were all kind of like falling asleep. It was after we were doing some of the gaming we did one night, and like, yeah, who wants to watch a couple episodes? Because Chris was he was trying out his
like if you like Batman the animated series, you'd like this.
Yeah,
definitely.
And there are a lot of powerful episodes and stories, but again, it's really cool. There's kind of, you know, like there's sorcery in it, modern day stuff. It's a mix of kind of everything. But yeah, essentially, like these gargoyles helped, you know, back in the day. They were helping the people. They got betrayed by the people. There was a spell that was cast that kept them turned to stone until the castle would rise above the clouds. And someone actually took the castle piece by piece and brought it to New York, to Manhattan, on top of a skyscraper, a guy who's a billionaire, multi-billionaire, and he broke the curse. And they're alive and awake in modern day in Manhattan. And there's some really cool, crazy stories that happens with this whole series. So yeah, if you haven't seen it, I do recommend them. And again, you're probably going to want to get your hands on those NECA figures after you watch them, because they're great. But yeah, like I said, we'll start hitting some of this stuff. So yeah, tune in tomorrow. I'm not sure which thing we're going to do first. I'm still kind of planning it out. But Shogun is definitely something we're going to be talking about tomorrow, and some madness to keep the Rumble audience happy as well, because we usually do very good numbers on Rumble. So yeah.
And there was a Godzillionaire ask, are you all going to start streaming on X? ETEP supposed was getting much better traction there.
Yeah, I could try that for tomorrow as well. Yeah, I could give that a go.
All right, and before we round out here, real quick, Ancient One sent me a fake super chat. Thank you, Ancient One. A colossal size bag of premium guinea pig treats for Tommy, the guinea pig, his wife, and the guinea pig pups, so they can weep out of complete happiness. Thank you, Ancient One. I always appreciate that. We all know that I'm never going to get monetized. YouTube absolutely hates my fuzzy ass guts. And you know what? I hate you right back, YouTube. You sons of bitches. I hate you. Hate you. But guys, stop in for tomorrow for Vinnie stream and a Sunday roundtable.
Yeah, we should be back with the roundtable. We didn't last week because we did. We were watching Sting's last thing or whatever on Draven's channel.
Awesome.
His last match.
Guys, thank you for hanging out with us. Be sure to keep sharing everything out there. This way, for people that missed out on the show because of YouTube and their games, they get to catch the show and they get to leave some feedback for us. We always enjoy doing these because it's all about showing some of the stuff that we're enjoying and not so much about all the bitter hatred that apparently everybody else has in their freaking pants while they're slamming their junk at the car doors. They can absolutely miss me with that 24-hour, 7 days a week bullshit. Mm-hmm. But thanks for hanging out. We hope that you had a good time, and we will see you next time, right down the road. Have a good one, everybody.
Later.
You better run, Mojito.
You what? I thought you said don't move.
That was before. Now, you run.